Welcome back, everyone. I figured today I would change it up a little bit instead of everybody seeing a different digging video, but still is digging every day. I would change it up a little bit and put up this Fox family visit that we had the other night. Just to give you a little background, my wife and I usually sit outside every night around 7 o'clock till about 8:30 or so and watch the wildlife. All the geese come back in, and we had a fox family that has lived here for a couple of years, but they usually move on after their young are a little bit more grown and they move around and that. But they decided to come back for a visit the other night, so we have some video of that while we were sitting there. And I thought this would be a good opportunity also to give a little project update and then maybe a little background information to especially for the newer viewers, to kind of know what's going on and where I'm coming from and where the channel's coming from. So that's kind of what I'm going to do here. For project update, we're getting closer to being closer to real time. What I mean by that is the videos that you are seeing. In the beginning, when I first started the channel, it was probably about 4 weeks behind. So what you saw in the beginning, I was 4 weeks farther ahead than what you were seeing, and that was basically because I didn't intend to do this channel. I kind of was just videotaping some of the stuff for myself just to have a record of it. And then when I saw that there was an interest and other people, would want to see it, that's when I decided to, to actually do a little bit more videoing to make it better and, to be able to make these videos for the channel. Um, but right now we're getting closer. We're almost, I would say, within a week. So within about a week, we will be real time, and it'll probably catch up quicker because just one of the things for you to know, I don't really work on the weekends, um, and we will be going away for 4th of July, so I'll be losing some time next week as well. Um, but that's just an update on the timing. And also, I probably should point out, number one, I'm not in a rush. I don't work on it full time. What I mean by full time is I don't do 8 hours a day. It seems that it works out to be probably mostly in the neighborhood of maybe 4 to 4.5 hours a day. These videos take a long time, longer than I thought they would take to make between offloading all the camera gear, setting up the camera gear, and the editing process. Because I usually have 3 cameras going, and basically for the whole time. So depending on how many hours I'm working, and I do have to move them periodically throughout the day. Um, so there's probably, at least 4 hours of footage on 3 different cameras that I need to go through, and clearly I can't watch all the hours of everything, and I certainly can't just upload them all. I try to make the videos be in the 20 to 25 minute mark, so it takes a fair amount of time, and I also don't talk throughout the whole day. And even if I do make some comments, it's hard for me to know where they are. Sometimes I'll wave my fingers in front of the camera if I say something profound that I want to make sure is actually, on a video. And this way, when I scroll through the video, I'll see, in front of the camera, I'll see my hand waving for 20 seconds, and then I might pick up on it. So that's a little insight of how I try to find those. Otherwise, I'll just do a voiceover, which I find is easier to do, and this way you still get the information. Um, but like I said, I'm only working each day on the project for, in the vicinity of, between 3 and 5 hours. I don't think I ever go past that. It seems that it's about 10 o'clock in the morning before I actually get working. By the time I get the video ready to be uploaded, the one nice thing with YouTube is you can schedule when it will be uploaded. So I can do that in the morning, and this way I don't have to worry about it in the afternoon. But it still takes, a fair amount of time to get that ready, and the time it takes to upload before you can actually schedule it is a long time. So the total time on this project so far, up to the point where you're seeing is about 80 hours. And the reason I know it is the total time on the excavator from when I got it to what it shows, showed then. Even right now, to real time, it shows 107 hours. And that includes the loading and unloading, the delivery, some of the other things I did with it before I started actually working down in the lake. And so really, if you think about it, so if in 80 hours, that's only 2 weeks. So if I worked eight-hour days for 2 weeks, that would be how much I got done. So I think I'm moving along quite well. My goal really is to have everything done or mostly done by October because that's when I'm going to be starting. I'm going to be starting our house that's going to go in that field that I showed in a couple of the other videos, and obviously you're going to see them. But um, and a little background, that's what I've done my whole life. I've had a construction company since I was 17, and that's all I've ever done. Built houses, additions, garages, and fancy trim and kitchens and baths was what I kind of switched over to over the past like 10 years. Got me more inside than being out in the weather. Um, so that was a little background on that. And as far as machine time, I used to dig some of my own foundations, but I would rent an excavator, and they were all in the mini size. They're none this big. So for the people that say, well, you don't know how to run the machine or whatever. So right now I have 100 hours. I basically have 100 hours on it, and I don't think I'm doing that badly. Um, Actually, it's better than a lot of the people I've hired before in the past. So, um, but just so you know, I mean, I've got about 100 hours in the machine up to this point. But in what you're seeing, it's probably just about 80 hours. So that's a little bit of the timeline of that. So enough of that. So moving forward, well, there's going to be a lot of digging videos, so I'm sorry about that, but I can only show you what I do each day, and at least, I'll try to make it a little bit different and interesting. And I know there's a few clips with some birds that follow along with me, some egrets that eat eat the frogs, and they kind of follow me all along as I'm digging up where the grass areas are, at least. So I know there's some of that coming up, and basically I'm going to be moving down that side. I might try to switch over to the other side to slope the bank with the material I have over there because I don't think I'm going to need that for anything else. It takes about 20 minutes to track the machine all the way around to get to the other side, so I don't like to just move it back and forth if I don't have to. And let's see what else. Well, and again, looking forward towards the house, you're going to see me starting in October building the house, and that's something basically I'm going to be doing by myself. So you'll get to see me build a house all by myself. My son used to help me, but he has another job now. Um, so basically, that's going to be me by myself doing that. So, um, and that is something, like I said, that I've done my whole life. So I think you'll find that interesting. And again, I thank everyone for watching. I thank everybody for the encouragement, the well wishes, and I appreciate the fact that you enjoy, watching the project as it unfolds. So I will keep trying to make it interesting for you, and I always try to respond to comments and that kind of thing. So I am paying attention, and I do appreciate the fact that you're watching. So hope everybody has a nice weekend, and the Fox video again is going to be coming up right now. So thanks again.
They're getting big.
Yeah.
They're getting little black tails and everything.
Oh, he sees us. Oh, there's the third one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They like Goose Mountain. Something scared him.
They better enjoy it now, because once it's disconnected from the land, they won't be able to do that. You smell something down there.
Be good if you had your camera. You should run and get it.
This one's not too bad. It's too hot for him to run around.
They're like in the shade on that side.
That one doesn't realize that he's by himself now.
Mm-hmm.
They might smell us. I don't think they see us.
I think we decided that they don't have good eyesight.
No.
These are quite the water river.
It's having trouble zooming all the way over there.
Plus the blind with the power. Oh, here, look, here comes all the geese. Look at them all. All coming down the hill all at once.
They better hurry up.
I don't think they're afraid of the fox.
No, not that many.
There's the babies, and they're starting to get some color. Their necks are getting darker.
The other ones might want to move out of the way for the rest of them.
They're used to.
Now they're walking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they forgot they can fly.
They're a little too hot to fly.
It's a nice shot with the reflection.
Who's that?
I don't know.